Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and to what will be part 4 of our lovely stag painting. Today we're going to be concentrating on finishing his mouth, get the body blocked in, so it's more his chest than the body because the body's covered with all this foliage. I'm hoping to get the antlers blocked in as well if I can, and then the final part will be all the foliage and all the finishing details of his face and everything and all the finer stuff. So I hope you're enjoying it so far. It has gone on for longer than I thought it was going to, but it's been broken down into sections, so hopefully not too bad to follow along. And once we've got this new setup, it will be a lot easier for me. I've got a bit of a head cold at the moment, so I'm sorry if I sound a bit funny. The weather's changed in the UK and it's set me off, so I do apologise. We'll just carry on and see what we can get done. So I think first I'm going to get on with his lower jaw here and his lips and get this lovely little cheeky tongue in, and then the chest. And you can see from the picture the chest area here is actually a lot darker. To the sides and the body, it's kind of the same colour as his face, but we'll carry on and we'll see how we get on, and hopefully this will be part 4. Part 5 will be the foliage and then all the details, and then we'll be on to the next. Please feel free to leave me any comments below. I love reading comments and I will answer any that are left. Thanks for watching and let's go. Okay, so I think the lower jaw here is this this lovely ginger colour. I'm just going to get my little test piece of card out. I think that's what we want. So he's quite light on this side of his jaw. The light is hitting, so he's quite light there, and we've got a little highlight on his bottom lip there. I think I might just put that in with pencil just to mark where that is actually, so it doesn't get too lost. I will do that now. I'm just going to use a grey pastel pencil. I'm going to try and get his lip in, just kind of halfway down there. Obviously I didn't put this in when I was doing my line art. I must have missed this part. So I just want an indication of where it's going to go really. And then it's got a nice highlight on it there. That's actually the side of his tongue there. And this will all be refined anyway. So I keep saying it's the ugly stage. So I think I need to go with this, possibly a lighter grey. So for this side we're going to put some lighter greys in. It's probably not showing up too well on the camera. It's actually a little bit lighter under there as well. Okay, and then he's got this lovely ginger fur, but like I said before, we don't want to put the ginger in straight off the bat because we want the darker colours that we've got underneath there. So we need a slightly darker brown. We'll go with this one. Just going to indicate there where these darker hairs are. So we can kind of define the bottom of his chin there. Okay, and I'm going to come in with this redder brown colour. That's just so we've got the shape in there. That's better. I'm just going to blend that out a tiny bit. And then of course when we come over with the lighter hairs there, that's gonna be lovely. Just get rid of that lovely smudge that I made there. Okay, I would like to get his tongue blocked in. Now this is a very, very light salmony colour. We've got a shadow to the top of it obviously, and we're pinker at the bottom. Now pinks. Don't really have a great variety of pinks, to be honest. But I think a pink and a yellow blended will work quite well. So I'm going to have a go with this lovely pink. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put this on the tip of his tongue. Just to get the shape in. And we're going to come up the side there. Okay, now I need to refine this shape a bit at the top. Got a bit lost when I was putting his nose in. So this tongue, it kind of dips down there and then over there. Like so. I'm going to come in and put a base of white on the main area there. If I can find the right one. Oh, there we go. I'm going to put that over the white. And then I'm going to add some more pink, and then hopefully once that's blended out, we'll have slightly more of a tongue colour. And this is a good way to show you how you can mix and blend colours together here. Okay, so I'm going to blend that out. It's probably not going to look too good at first. Okay, I'm going to come back in with a white. Really get those light spots going there. Leaving it slightly darker in the centre so it's got that indication that it's curved. Okay, let's give that another blend. That's better. A lot of the work on this is going to be done with the pencils. So I just want to really kind of get it in so that we can see where it's meant to be. I think I'll go with the more reddy pink on the end here. This is a nice cerise colour because we've got shadow going on there. Obviously, because it's the underneath of his tongue, we've got some shadow going on there. Okay, let's blend that out. I may even go a little bit redder than that, we'll see. But at least it's in. Okay, we'll put his bottom lip in now, and I'm going to lean on this glassine for this. So his lip, let's find a corner. It's right under his tongue there. Like so. And I'm going to use one of these paper sticks to blend that in because it's such a small area. It can be quite handy for the smaller areas. Getting in there. Bit of a shadow under there where his top muzzle is kind of hanging over his mouth there, so it's important to get that in. And also over this side we have got on the other side of his mouth, or his muzzle should I say, coming in there like that. That's better. Now I don't know if you can see, but he's got a lovely highlight that comes over his tongue there. His lips, sorry, not his tongue. Just darken that shadow there a little bit. Like I said, a lot of this will be in with the pencils. I'm going to put this highlight in with a grey, and then we'll refine it with the pencil. There we go. There. See his mouth in place. Let's slightly correct the shape of this tongue here, because I can see I haven't come over quite far enough there, and that's going to bother me. Okay, I think that's better. Yep, that's better. Happy with that now? Okay, so looking at the picture, this side of his body coming down here, the hairs are obviously a lot longer, but the colour of this, there's not much of a distinction between the side of his face and this hair, apart from the length of the fur. This side, you can see kind of his jaw a little bit more, and where the hair, is different in length again, and we've got a few shadows and things going on, and obviously this dark patch in the middle. But this side here, I think it's almost going to look as if we've lost his face into his kind of neck fur there, but we'll rectify any problems at the end. I think I'm just going to try and get some colour blocked in at first. Just trying to follow the way that his fur is going. It kind of goes down here, and then we've got all this lovely fluff. So I'm just going to carry that down there. Comes out a little bit that way. It's almost like a wave kind of pattern to the shape there. And then we've got all this lovely fur that's coming out this way. I don't want to put too much dark in, just give it an indication of where that is there. Okay, I'm going to come on top of that with this richer colour. Again, just following the direction of the fur. This is just really to cover this this lighter colour card. Slightly more out that way. Okay, get a few dark areas put in there. So I can see we've got some dark areas there. Kind of shadows where the fur is overlapping, where it's obviously longer, much longer fur there. Okay, I'm going to blend all this out anyway, so it's just to get a variation in that bottom colour really. Okay, let's give that a blend. Again, just follow the direction of the fur. Great. So hopefully you can see that. That's just given us a variation of colours. When I come back on top with the pencils, which are going to be a variation of colours again, it will just be more interesting. You'll see the texture in the fur. I'll blend it out too much because we'll lose the detail, but I know I keep saying it, this is just the underpainting. It's easy to get carried away with it though, as you see it kind of coming together on the page. It's very easy to forget that you're doing the underpainting. I do get carried away quite a lot, to be fair. Okay, so I think now I'm going to get this dark area just mapped in. It's got lighter areas that are being caught by the sun on the outer edges of that dark patch, so I'm going to get the dark patch in first. I think I'm going to go for this really dark. I'm going to use a couple of darks actually, I think. So we're going from about, if you look at the picture, we're going from about here, and then we are going kind of to about there with this dark patch. And this is actually a dark brown. It looks quite black on the paper, but it's actually a dark brown. And now this kind of comes out this way. And then it comes back in again. So almost like a light bulb kind of shape there. Okay, so that's the darks. It's definitely darker in the middle there. And it's definitely darker down this edge here. Okay, now we're going to go a bit lighter. Still in the darks, more of a browny. So it's quite a reddy brown actually, even though it's a dark brown, it's quite a reddy brown, this one. And this is a unison pastel. They're lovely, the unisons. I will have to wait until I've made it rich on YouTube before I buy a whole set though. We can dream, can't we? Okay. Just along that edge there, it's a little bit darker. And just under his tongue, we've got a little patch that's a lot darker there, so it's kind of curving around. Like that. Get some mid-tones in now. Just keep going in the same direction that we've been going in. I'm going to give it all a blend in a moment. I'm going to carry on with this mid-brown down here. This is a lot lighter, this patch this side, but I want some darker tones underneath it, so just get that darker base colour put in there. I'll give that a blend out. Okay, so I'm going to blend that out. Right, I'm going to come in with some lighter colours now, just here, where this light is hitting. Kind of comes up there, and then down there, and then into this darker area, a little tiny bit. And I'll put some of that on this edge here, so we know that's going to be lighter. And I'm just going to put a few in there so I can get that distinction between the neck and the face there. Okay, going to blend that out. Just ever so slightly. You don't want to kind of merge it in with the other colours. We're just blending it into the paper really. There we go. Okay, now this side we've got a dark area which I'm just going to put in under his chin. I'm just going to put an indication of where that is. It kind of comes off of there from there. Okay, now I've got that in, I can see where I'm going. So we're going to come back in with the mid-tones over the top of that. Around the side there, in between. Still going in the direction of the fur. And then this side coming off, swoops down that way. And then we've got a redder part. I'm going to put that red so I can see where I'm going again. You know, don't be afraid to change the colours up, but, you know, if it's helping you to see where this is different, you know, if you've got so many colours that are very, very similar. Don't be afraid, as long as you're putting it on light, you know, you don't want to fill up the tooth of the paper, obviously, but don't be afraid to do that. I will often do that so that I can see where I'm going. I'm going to put some of this red down here. It's quite red on that part there. Going up a little bit up this way. I'll blend that out in a minute. Okay, so we've got the dark, the light, the red, and then the hair then is body. So it's completely changing direction, and it's going to get lighter. So I'm going to put the first edge. It's quite long hair as well, so we can put the first edge of that in there. None of this is really going to be seen because it's all under the foliage at the top, but it still needs to be there. Okay, so it's sweeping down that way. And we've got this lovely red ginger colour again. coming the side of his, what is obviously his body there. So just blocking the colours in. You don't have to be precise, we're just blocking it in. And that comes up to there. It looks like it gets a bit lighter again then after that. It's a lovely variation of colours, isn't it? I'm going to come over this with a lighter colour. There, and then we're going to put a bit of the lighter colour down between this red colour that way. Okay, and I'm going to give that a good blend out, including this part. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay, I'm going to put some lighter on top of this part in a moment, so I just want to get it going in the right direction. It needs to be lighter there. Try and do the lighter colours first, and you don't have to change the tip on the tool so much. I mean, I do get through quite a lot of these anyway, but if I can save a little bit of changing tools, I will. Okay, this is going to go in this direction here. And then sweeping out into this lovely red fur here. And then this red fur is coming down this way. Might even need to go a little darker in there. Okay, so I think I'll come in with this light colour again, because we've got some highlights coming on there. And then we've got a big highlight coming down this edge here. Kind of sweeping that way. don't know if you can see very well on the picture, but there's almost a shine going across the middle of his chest there, so give an indication of where that is. Okay, I think we're all okay there. Okay, let's give that a bit of a blend. Okay, we need to get a little bit darker in here. So we've got this slightly darker mid brown. It needs a bit of shadow alongside that red there. And here, I think we might even have to go a little bit darker in there. This is one of the benefits of pastels, is you can layer them and fiddle with them and correct them. And obviously you can't, it's not something you can continue doing because the paper will only take so much. But pastel mat is a great paper for layers. It's my preferred paper. I have tried a couple of others and I keep coming back to pastel mat. blend. Remember to go in the direction of the fur. That's better. That's much better. Right, now, with regards to the rest of his body, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to block it all in using the side of my pastel. I have to hold on to it slightly because this is under the foliage, so you know, I just want to get the colour in first, because although it's going to be hidden, we still want to be able to see his fur through with those lovely branches and twigs. So I'm going to plop that in. I can see we've got some of that lovely red coming through, so get some of that in there. Double down on that on this part down here because that is very red. Okay, some of these lights, it's almost like a blonde colour there. I'm going to blend all of this out. So your eye is going to almost do most of the work for you here on this finished piece. You're going to know it's fur, but we're not going to have so much detail as the rest. Okay. I'm going to give that a good blend to cover that pastel matte card. Paper, sorry, it's not card, it's paper. And I think really that's maybe put a few darks in, but that's really all I want to do there because it's going to be covered up so much. Yeah, so that's giving him a little bit of texture under there. And obviously I'm going to put pencil details on, which will give him even more details on there. Now, before I start these antlers, I just want to have a quick kind of stand back and look. It's always a good idea to stand back and look and kind of assess everything. And I think, let's test that colour. I think his face needs to be a little bit more defined here and here. It's always good to stand back and look, and you can kind of see almost straight away, you know, when you stand back from it, where you should add some or blend some more, or really do try not to be too fussy with the underpainting. His eye does look very odd. It almost looks smaller than this one, but it's not. It won't be when we finish, because we've got this great big branch going over. His muzzle needs to be a little bit wider there. blend. Right, this is already turned into quite a long one, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call that part 4, and when we come back for part 5, I'll quickly get these antlers blocked in and make a start on the foliage. This has turned out to be a much longer section than I thought. So that's it for part 4. I'll see you for part 5. If you haven't already subscribed, could you please do that for me? And if you enjoyed this video, really appreciate a thumbs up. It's going to help get the video out to more people. So I really, really do appreciate that. And I'll see you in part 5. Bye.